Hey guys, Joe here, and today I wanted to try something a little bit different, and that is I want to just talk over a gameplay that I've already recorded about kind of just my ideas about something. And today, of course, I'm going to be talking about D.Va, as D.Va was a character that got a brand new kind of rework, kind of buff, kind of both things together. And I want you guys to tell me if you enjoy this. I've always wanted to try this. I've seen this on a few other YouTubers' channels, and it seems like really fun to do because I can think a little bit more about what I want to think about than, of course, just the gameplay. But tell me what you're thinking. Tell me if you like this in the comments below, and of course, let's just get started. So first off, to talk about D.Va, she used to be a character that was honestly really bad. A lot of people really like the character. I really like the character. One of my friends really liked the character. Maybe he wasn't close to maining the character, but she just wasn't that good. She'd jump on the enemy's points, maybe stop them from winning for a few minutes on capture the control point or something like that, but that was pretty much it. She'd just jump on there, and that's it. And that's all you really see her in competitive even do there, which was kind of lame, to be honest. She was supposed to be this tanky character that could be up in the opponent's faces, kind of an off tank, but she ended up being just kind of nothing, which was something that nobody really wanted. And of course, she just ended up being kind of obscure and nobody really played her. But then with this brand new update, she got something that was so nice. She got changed a ton, and it wasn't just a normal change that you really expect. Now, of course, Blizzard could have just done something super easily. They could have just decided, you know what, D.Va, she's not a great character. Let's just add some attack. There you go. She's a better character. Maybe let's just add a little bit less cooldown in her ult charge. There you go. A way better character. Maybe make her shift have less cooldown. Maybe have it go further. Something like that. Maybe just make so that her E has less cooldown or lasts longer. They could have done anything like that super easily, barely put in any effort. But they didn't, and this is something that I've been loving about Overwatch, especially just recently. They seem to be putting in a lot of time and a lot of effort, especially in D.Va, on trying to think up of new and intuitive ways that you can actually play the character that's different. Now, of course, before, D.Va, when you pressed her E, she would have this nice little shield that was okay. It would last a few seconds. Really wasn't all too that useful, but, you know, you'd press it sometimes, hope that you do well with it, and then you just let it go, and it felt a little bit awkward, a little bit out of place in the character, but, you know, it was okay. You could block some ults with it. But what they did was that they changed her E into her right click, which is something that was also a really good idea. Now, she doesn't have an E anymore, which I guess is annoying, but I don't really care about that way too much. It's a right click now. So now with this ability, instead they changed it so it's not just a boring cooldown. Now it slowly regenerates over time. Of course, you can see in the gameplay, there's a little bar, kind of like a just bar of fuel. And once it fully regenerates, of course, then you can just hold your, well, it doesn't even have to fully regenerate. It just has to partially regenerate. Then, of course, you can just hold that right click, and then you'll be able to block. And it does the same thing as her E did before. They didn't make her E have some huge more range, just do damage to your opponents. They didn't do anything like that. They just made it the same as before as far as the actual function, but they made so that now it has a system where you actually have to charge it up instead of just waiting for a cooldown, which is really, really, really cool. Of course, with this also, it means that you can run into the enemy's team, right click, then once you're up close to them, you can let go of that right click and go for a left click, get some damage done, which is also really nice. Or what you could do is go up to the enemy's team, right click, and then when you're like halfway through right clicking, when your bar's at half full, let go of that, shift ult, and just get a really nice shift ult on the enemies. Do a lot of damage there. There's a ton of different stuff that you can do with this now, and I feel like it just has a lot more, you know, counterplay, as you can't just pop it whenever. You know, you have to wait for the D.Va to actually, you know, go for the ability, while it also lets the D.Va be a lot better of a character just because it's a huge buff, because it lasts for 4 seconds instead of like the 2 or 3 seconds. And of course, now D.Va can choose whenever she wants to throw out that right click or whenever she doesn't want to throw out that right click. So overall, I feel like it was a really good change. They just kind of gave her a system of charge, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, to be honest. It's something that I literally wasn't expecting, and it was a really good idea by Blizzard. Of course, it just got wrecked right there. That's too bad. But yeah, overall, I'd say definitely a good idea by Blizzard. Now, I could see one problem about it is that some people could say, you know, maybe this is making her a little bit too much like Reinhardt. Now she can just right-click most of the time and just block abilities, and I could see that. But at the same time, Reinhardt's more of a just always hold your right-click and then run away, let it regenerate. This person's more of a hold your right-click for a few seconds, run away or attack, then hold it again for a few seconds. And it's kind of more like that, where you just hold it and then you don't, then you hold it, then you don't. Well, Reinhardt's more of a just hold it for a very extended period of time, which that's what I feel like really makes these characters a lot different from each other. And what makes this character, D.Va in particular, a lot different from any other tank that I've really seen in the past, which is something that's pretty freaking cool about the character. Of course, she had a few other buffs than that also, but they really didn't matter as much. They're just kind of quality of life buffs. Of course, one of them was just that now when she ults, she can't blow herself up with her ult, which is something that I really wish that they do to Junkrat, as I've killed myself so many times with Junkrat, just you know, going for that ult, fire in the hole, you're dead. But now they gave that to D.Va where you can't kill yourself, and that's also very nice, as on control point maps, and then you can jump in, go for an ult, just explode, and then you could just be on the point, and there's not really much the enemy can do, you know. They can just run off the point, and you can get some nice time right there, and of course you won't kill yourself. Now, I guess that could be a bit annoying. That's not really my favorite change. I don't really feel like they had to do it, but it is a really nice quality of life change, of course, for D.Va players, and of course, just makes a lot more people want to play D.Va. But at the same time, of course, this does make some people just decide to pick her even more on control point maps, which maybe is a good thing, maybe is a bad thing. I couldn't really tell you personally. Overall, though, with the D.Va changes, I really do like them. I like how they changed the character. I like how they gave her kind of a ammo system or just a fuel system. And she's just a lot different now. She can now defend a lot more. She can attack a lot more. And overall, she's a very fun character now. She's a very offensive kind of oriented person. Of course, with a really short range. But at the same time, you can go offensive and then hold it. Hold your right click, walk backwards, shift away, and just go kind of defensive. She's very different from the other tanks, and that's something that was really, really cool about her. Overall, though, I'd say she's a really good character. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that, of course, her right click now does have a little bit more cooldown. So when you press right click, it takes like half a second for it to start and half a second for it to stop. So of course you can't just spam right click, turn it on, off immediately. So you can't just like instantly block all these different abilities. You can't do that. That's also a really good thing that they decided, because your E used to just be able to pop it instantly, and it was really quite annoying. But they got rid of that, so they fixed both those things. Anyways, though, hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me if you like this version of me talking a little bit better. I feel like I got a bit more to the point, and of course I cut a few times, you know, just so that I could have it be a little bit more fluid. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you really think about D.Va. I really want to know. I'm, of course, just loving this character. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you'll all have a nice day.